Padres now with an off day today. They open up a three-game series tomorrow in Toronto at the Rogers Center, and then they'll move into Atlanta next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before they come back home a week from tonight against the Miami Marlins, and that'll be followed by the Pittsburgh Pirates. But the Padres right now sitting at 27-18. They finished 2-4 on the homestand. They took 2 out of 3 from the Angels, and then they get swept by the Seattle Mariners. And we're down 0-3 now in the Vedder Cup. And I don't think we're going to win the Vedder Cup. A lot of things that have to happen. And I know people are overly concerned about the Vedder Cup this morning, but the Padres play up there August 25th through the 27th. Padres, the run differential is the tiebreaker, first tiebreaker. And the Padres are way behind in the tiebreaker. So it doesn't look like we're going to win the Vedder Cup in its inaugural year. But anyways, nonetheless, they get swept by Seattle. Padres were outscored by the Mariners 15-3. Get these. I got some numbers for you. They're just going to choke a horse. Padres in the series, they were 0 for 21 with runners in scoring position. They couldn't even get a flare over the first baseman's head down the right field line with runners in scoring position. 0 for 21. And then you take a look at two of the Padre big boys. Manny Machado, 0 for 11. He had a walk yesterday, but he's 0 for 11 for the series. And then Jackson Merrill, he had 5 strikeouts in the series, went 1 for 11 with a walk. And guys are going to get hot and they're going to get cold, but it was a rough time to get cold this weekend. Because it wasn't like they were throwing their ace guys. I mean, Luis Castillo didn't throw in the series. Logan Gilbert didn't throw in the series. George Kirby didn't throw in the series. And, they had guys that aren't really established big league pitchers aside from Brian Wu, who threw a great game on Sunday. Those are guys the Padres should have been able to hit. But, hey, the peaks and valleys of a Major League Baseball season. Am I going to, stand on the cliff right now and think I'm going to fall? No. But I saw some things I didn't like. I didn't like some of the body language over the weekend. They weren't playing well. You got to keep fighting. Got to keep battling. And it looked like a lot of guys were starting to feel sorry for themselves yesterday in Sunday afternoon's ball game. Okay, a couple of other notes. A couple of guys that had good weekends. Luis Ariz, 5 for 11 in the series, looked great. Xander Bogaerts, 4 for 11. Those guys swung the bat very, very well in the series. But Merrill and Machado were awful. I mean, Fernando got a home run. He had a double. He had 3 hits in the series. He went 1 for 4, 1 for 4, and 1 for 4. Okay, that's fine. You'd like him to do a little bit more damage, but hey, he had 3 hits. 2 of them were for extra bases, a double and a home run, 12th homer of the year. Padres now, let me give you some numbers here. And a couple of them are really amazing. Padres are 16-8 at home. Good home record. Road record, as they head out on a 6-game trip, they're 11-10. The month of May, they're only a game over 500 right now. 8-7. Home series, they lost to the Mariners. That's their only home series they've lost so far. They're 6-1, and road series are 3-4. But check these two numbers out. I found these amazing. Against the American League, the Padres are 10-13 against the American League. And then when they play the National League, they're killing people. They're 17-4 against the National League. But a losing record right now against the American League at 10-13. I thought that was interesting. But 17-4 against the National League. Good stuff. Okay, let's go back and we're going to go through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we're going to talk about the left field position. And I've been talking about that. Friday night, Petco Park, game took 2 hours and 30 minutes. Another sellout, 41,336. We saw this in a couple of games. Friday night, J.P. Crawford homered on the first pitch we saw from Stephen Kolek. And we saw Fernando do it the other night. On Saturday night, I think it was yesterday. It did the same thing. I think it was the other night, Saturday night, if I'm not mistaken. And then Rowdy Tellez and Cal Raleigh each hit 2-run homers off of Kolek. And I love the paper on Sunday. Go, well, he didn't really pitch that bad. Well, the numbers didn't say that. He went 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts, and gave up 3 home runs. And they're talking, well, he made a bad pitch here, he made a bad pitch there. He gave up 3 homers. He gave up 5 earned runs in 5 innings. That's not a good outing. His first loss of the year. He's 2-1. ERA, I came in with a 0.00, but now he's at 2.33. Offensively, Arise went 3 for 4 that night. His fifth double. Um, Jay Cronenworth, an RBI double in the ninth to avert the shutout. He also had a triple. That was about all she wrote on Friday night. The end of the day, the rookie right-hander Logan Evans, solid 6 innings, 7 hits, no runs, a walk, 3 strikeouts. Bullpen was outstanding. Colin Snyder gave up a run there in the ninth inning. Padres struck out 9 times that night. So they get beat Friday night. And then Saturday night, 2 hours and 43 minutes, 42,240. Another sellout. Padres get beat 4-1. Cal Raleigh led off the seventh inning, homer off Adrian Morahone to snap a 1-1 tie. Mariners added 2 more in the top of the ninth off of Alec Jacob. Padres' only run came on a 2-out homer in the fourth inning by Gavin Sheets off of Emerson Hancock. Not exactly a household name, but Hancock, he hung in there, kind of was on a pitch count, went 4 2/3, 6 hits, 1 run, a walk, 3 strikeouts. And then they went to their bullpen. Bullpen did a very nice job. And watching Andres Munoz pitch, uh, I always think about what it would have been like if he'd have been with the Padres. But the Padres made that big trade with the Mariners, and Munoz went in that deal, and he's become one of the top closers in all of baseball. Nick Pivetta pitched great. Just not good enough. 6 innings, 2 hits, a run, a walk, 7 strikeouts. ERA 2.86, doing a great job. I had to go to the bullpen. Morahone didn't have a good night. A third of an inning, 2 hits, a run. Gave up that home run. Estrada was fine. Jason Adam for an inning. Alec Jacob came in, got Nick for 2, and then Yuki Matsui got 2/3 of an inning, got out of it. The offense Saturday night, Fernando, 1 for 4, his sixth double of the year. Rise had a hit, a walk. He was on a couple of times. Xander Bogaerts 3 for 4, couple of stolen bases. I don't know what the hell he was doing, stealing second base, standing up. Almost came off the bag or could have pulled a groin muscle. I don't know. I saw that over the weekend. A couple of veteran players. I saw Mookie Betts do that the other night. He went into second base, didn't slide. Got to slide. And other than that, I mean, Jason Hayward had a little ground ball single to left. But nothing fancy that night. And then yesterday, Seattle beats the Padres 6-1. Mariners took a 3-0 series lead down the Vedder Cup. Brian Wu, very impressive performance. He's a nice pitcher out of Cal Poly. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run earned, no walks, 5 strikeouts. Gave up that home run yesterday. Bullpen was fine. Michael King wasn't great. I thought he kind of ran into some bad luck. He had that little swinging bunt by Rosarena up the third base line, and then a ball hit back to him. He deflected it, slowed it down to where the base runner was able to beat it out to bring home another run. But King's numbers yesterday: 5 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Gave up that home run to Randy Rosarena. Offensively yesterday, only guy that had 2 hits, Jose Iglesias, who we had not even seen on the homestand. I was wondering if the guy was hurt or was on vacation. He hadn't played at all. 2 for 3 yesterday, hitting in that number 8 spot. Bogarts had a hit. Arise had a hit. Fernando led off with his 12th homer, 0-2 pitch, that sweeper for Mui, hit it out of the ballpark. Elias Diaz hit a hit. Yesterday, final totals were Seattle 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 8 runners left, 5 for 14. The Mariners were yesterday with runners in scoring position. Padres 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error, 6 runners left, 0 for 6, and again 0 for 21 in the series. Now I want to urge you to send in your questions, and we're going to get into a topic. And I realized this morning there was actually an article about this, and I'd already written this down before I went to bed last night, but we're going to get into this. Oh, by the way, I got to mention this before I forget. Remember on Friday, we were going through all the standings, both the American and National League, and I told you that I thought Brandon Hyde had to be in a lot of trouble. Well, Brandon Hyde was in a lot of trouble. He got fired over the weekend. I've been there through the rebuild of the Baltimore Orioles, and they've been playing so bad. And they don't have pitching. Michael Elias, general manager, under tremendous fire right now because he hasn't gotten pitching. And people are saying, man, Brandon Hyde's walking the plank, but the front office never addressed pitching. They did sign Kyle Gibson, and that was a disaster because they released him over the weekend. They signed him late in spring training, and he came in and couldn't get anybody out. All these pitchers that sign late, they never turn into everything. We saw Blake Snell last year. He was awful when he first came in. Jordan Montgomery, who's now out for the year over in Arizona, he was dreadful last year. So bad the owner banged on him after the season, saying what a disappointment he was. Now Blake Snell came back after his first 5 to 7 starts, came back and pitched like Blake Snell did the year before when he won the Cy Young in San Diego. But Brandon Hyde got fired. So we got 3 major league managers now that have been fired. Derek Shelton, and I told you that was going to happen too before it happened. When you watch teams play and they're not playing well and their record's not good, and you watch mental mistakes, lethargic play, uninspired ball players, that's when the manager's going to get fired. Now, that wasn't necessarily the case in Colorado. They're just bad. They don't have enough players because they played hard for Buddy Black. There's no question about that, and everybody will tell you that. But Baltimore, they can win the division. I mean, 2 years ago, Brandon Hyde was American League Manager of the Year in 2023, and they just haven't gotten the pitching that they need. But he got whacked. So we've already had 3 major league managers fired this year.